Hello everyone. So today we are going to see something new on the channel. Actually, I am starting this new basic electrical circuit course on the request of few people. I got realized that at many YouTube channels there is a content available related to these. So there is a no point of view to making the content again. But the point that I was continuously receiving from the people is that there is a not like a proper means explanation of all the possibilities of RC circuits, LR circuits, and whatever is asked in recent years. So, due to that, I concluded that I will provide these all fundamental circuits, whatever the possible combinations of RC circuits with different input excitations, where we will apply the step input, pulse input, or impulse input, and what possibly even a sinusoidal input. So we'll see the circuit analysis in many ways, like intuitive analysis, and also we'll go through the time domain equations and like a frequency analysis also. So in that, what we are going to see extra is that we will cover some recent year questions also. We will discuss the problems and again the concept and again the problems. So quizzes most probably the after the class I'll provide the quizzes. So each topic will be covered, and after that some sort of questions will be there given for the homework, and also the quizzes and assignments will be provided. And the other thing that I can see, and I'll try to introduce few experienced people who already faced the interviews in especially in such a sort of questions like RC, LR, LC, or what possibly basic circuits asked to them. So we will see the flow is like this is a some sort of flow I have written here. Not exactly that we will proceed in that way, but yeah, of course I'll start with the RC circuits first. Okay, so I told you that what we will be covering, we will see the first fundamental RC circuit with a very fundamental input, that is a step input on any general voltage, that is a DC voltage. Okay, and how your capacitor is behaving, and according to that, we will see the response or the output current or voltage, whatever the quantity that we want to see at the output or across the any element inside the circuit. Okay, so we will see what happens at each and every instant of the time. Okay, and after that, we'll try to write the transient domain equations also, that we call the time domain analysis. In the time domain analysis, the calculative way, I mean to say the transient domain equations, where we'll calculate what the time constant, that's a tau for the circuit, and how we can write the equation directly. Then we will match the analysis that we'll do with the intuition. So we'll try to match the intuitive analysis with the time domain equations. Once this equation and intuition is matched, means we are going correctly. Okay, so this will be some sort of way where in the which I will proceed. Okay, so nowadays I am seeing that in the current few 2 3 years, people are asking in the LR circuits also. Okay, this is the thing I already mentioned many times that the first question that was asked to me in the Texas last year was just in the first question or the second question, I would say the inductor, diode, resistor, and switch. The four different combination of elements were there. So switches I will also try to put here. I have not mentioned somewhere here that especially switch cap circuits I will be there, but yes, I'll put the switches which will be controlled by the means there may be the single switches which is means operated by some sort of clock, and maybe two switches can be there. They will be operated by two out of phase clocks. So any possible combination of switches, capacitors can also be there in the fundamental circuit analysis. Okay, it can also be in RC circuits. Switch can also be introduced in the LR circuit, and I'll not talk about the LC and RLC circuits as of now. This will be a separate thing. We'll discuss in detail how how can we do this analysis of these circuits in detail. So from the networks viewpoint, we will see it later. Okay, so after these RC circuits and LR circuits, I have covered like diode circuits and op-amp circuits also. So why I covered this diode circuits in the basic circuit element course, because I have seen that in this RC and LR circuits nowadays, I already mentioned the companies are interested in the diode itself. They will put the diode, and after that, once you do the analysis, there may be the like a need of the fundamentals of your diode also. Okay, so I tried to design few questions, not a concept, but yeah, questions where diode will also be there in the circuit. Okay, and fundamental circuits also covers the op-amp circuits, where we will see the various application circuits of the op-amp, also the application circuits of the diode itself. Okay. So in the op-amp circuits, I have seen that they're also interested in putting the switches there. So overall, mean to say switches and capacitors, so integrator and differentiator, whatever the circuits of op-amp are, there they can put the switches also. So with the different phases, the sample and the hold operation of this means circuits, we will see that how the charge is transferred from input particular capacitor to the output, and accordingly output is defined. So we will see this thing in the op-amp circuits in detail. Okay, so this is the basic introduction of the course that I'm planning to start. This will flow like this, and the flow may not be the same. Whatever I like, I will put first, but because obviously we'll start with the RC circuit, and after that, any of this can come first. Okay, so we will see how these topics will be like a time domain analysis, frequency domain analysis. In frequency domain analysis, I like to discuss about the transfer function and how we can write the transfer function directly by looking at the pole zero DC gain. And these pole and zero calculation will be more intuitive and also the calculative way. Calculative way means we directly will write some network equations. We will go from the input to output, and directly we can write the transfer function. In intuitive, we will see how to calculate the pole and how to calculate the zeros in any RC circuits, any LR circuits, and what are possible circuits there. Any analog circuits are also, we can see any node, we can see at any node we can find what is the pole contribution of that particular node. Okay, in the diode circuit, what I have written here, basic circuits consisting of basic passive elements. Okay, so we'll see that diode circuits means diode I will use simple inside this resistive circuits, maybe the resistor capacitor diode I can use, the inductor resistor diode I can use. So in I'll use the diode in the basic with the basic passive elements. So or more like I will cover from the network viewpoints only. I'll not cover the special applications of diodes like clipper, clamper, and whatever the multiplier circuits or means voltage doubler circuits or rectifier circuits. I'm not going to cover these circuits here in this course. Here we will see maximum things from the electrical network or the network viewpoint, not from the analog viewpoint. So the op-amp will also be covered here, just from the network possibilities, what is the possible there in the op-amp circuits. Okay, rest what possible other applications of the op-amp will be covered in the analog courses only. So I have mentioned here BJT and MOS circuits also, but BJT and MOS circuits will be covered in the analog courses only. That I'm also planning where to start the analog from the very fundamentals, and when to start we will see it. Okay, and if something is left, some means some concept or some I can say topic is left, we will cover in the miscellaneous, and remaining topics will be covered in the end of the series. So when the series will be end, we will see some good questions that can be designed from my own or with a discussion of some experienced people who already have faced the interviews, who already have prepared the course as well. So I'll discuss with them. Then we will put some miscellaneous concepts or miscellaneous questions. Possibly the mix of the concepts will be there at the end of the series. But in between, after the class or after the topic, once it will be covered, we will see what possibly we can cover more and more questions and quizzes. So most probably, I'll post the questions on the Telegram channel itself. A lot of people are connected there, so connect more and more people and spread this channel and the YouTube, not a YouTube, but a Telegram channel especially, so that you people can solve the questions once I post there. Okay, so that Telegram group was designed for this year placement. So when I started this concept to the question series, and before that, a five transistor OTS series and other placement content, whatever possibly we could discuss there. At that time, this channel was designed. Okay, so actually the group was designed, not a channel. Telegram group was designed. The group is still there, so it is requested you people to connect to that group so that you can solve whatever question I post there, and whatever possible material I can send there. I can send any book. Recently, I sent Behzad Rajabi, the analog circuit IC design, and also the PLL book of the Razabi, and that again the Alan Hallberg. So this way, I will keep sharing the books concepts, and whatever the material is there. So please connect to that group. More and more people will be there. A good discussion or healthy discussion will be there. So hopefully in the next placement session or till the next placement session, I'm expecting a good contribution from the people who are looking at the content and who are taking participation properly. Okay, and rest whatever I can possibly provide, I will provide. So there will be a good discussion. Then there will be a good means a motivation for making the series continuously. So I will work in that particular perspective only. So keep it sharing with the people so that more and more people can be connected and we can have a healthy and good discussion before the coming placement season 2025. Okay, so with this I'll stop myself, and from the coming or from the next video we'll start with the RC circuits from very fundamental to the advanced level, whatever possibly I can design. Okay, so thank you for this video.